Hello, everybody. I wanted to try some stuff out tonight. We're going to try taking some of my existing apps and seeing what they look like on Vision OS. We've done some playing around with brand new Vision OS stuff lately, but I kind of want to try out what happens when you take an existing app and you try running it and what it really takes to move from one to the other. And I have Kineo pulled up here, but actually I'm second guessing that. I pulled that up, but I think what I actually want to do is I want to try starting this with Debigulator. So I think we might try that, because that's going to be the simplest one. So I kind of want to see what that looks like. Let's start there. We can work our way up to Kineo. Or should I do the... Ooh, hold on. Yeah, let's start with Kineo, but then I have a different idea for what we want to do second. Let's start with Debigulator. What does this look like? Okay. So, we haven't touched this app in forever. One thing. I think the next thing that I want to try to... Yeah, let's just try running it and see what happens. Actually, let's just try running it in Xcode 15, period. Just see if that does anything. Do we get any deprecation warnings? Do we get any, like, hey, you've completely done something dumb? Doesn't look like we're getting a whole lot of that. Nothing exciting. You can't use this anymore. You haven't been able to use this for a while. That's fine. Any object. Fair enough. Some stuff about info plist. We don't care about that. So that still builds in iOS 15. Great. Sorry, not iOS 15. Xcode 15. Let's see what happens if we just say Apple Vision Pro designed for iPhone. Nothing else. I want to see what this looks like. I've seen some people do like versions of their apps on here, and it looks kind of gross if you just do the designed for whatever. But we'll see what we get with this. Build and run. Let's try it again. I know it never launches the first time, right? Okay, well, here's Debigulator. Booting up. Here in our Magic Museum. Let's full screen this. Oh, okay. I feel like that could look better than it does, but whatever. We're fine. No warnings yet. No nothing going on. It's taking a very long time to boot. Hey, here we go. Oh. This looks pretty gross. Alright, what do we got? Oh, that's gigantic. Something somebody said on a podcast lately. Oh, jeez. Vision iOS Day, nice. Yeah. How you doing, Adam? I've played around with Vision a couple times, but I haven't yet tried to play around with porting any of my apps or doing anything like that. I really don't know how to navigate this area. How do I go forward? Okay, we're just gonna go like, nope. Okay, I don't know. Just trying to figure out what it looks like to port any of my apps. And like, what happens if you just do the... Come on, let's go this way. What happens if you just do... I have no idea what's going on here. I almost feel like sometimes I click this button and it doesn't do anything. Yeah, there we go. I've only done a bit of does it compile with existing code, but haven't done anything serious. Yeah. I haven't even done the does it compile. This is brand new to me. Okay, so this doesn't actually go into like 2 dimensions or 3 dimensions. This just looks like that. How do I shrink this window? Oh, okay, so that resets everything. Give me my window. I just want to bring it closer to me so it's not quite so big. Oh, that wasn't great. Oh well, this is good enough. So what we got to do here is we got to click here to enable our photo intake. This is just giving permissions. Okay, so this doesn't look too bad. But yeah, let's allow full access. Yeah, and then this looks pretty gross. Are there any photos by default on here? No. You can sync photos and videos onto your Apple Vision Pro using Finder. All right, let's go find some photos. Hold on. I'm sure I've got my black highlighter samples around here at least. Where's just straight up sample? Can I drag that into here? Hey, there we go. And it opened the Photos app. Let's close that. Okay. So that's what the photo picker looks like. I'm also realizing that I don't have like refresh logic into there. So let's go ahead and rebuild the app. Rerun it. Hey, here's our photo picker. Okay. So we got a little this thing. We got this. Okay, so that looks way nicer than what we have. And yeah, so this is, we're getting somewhere, but we're not really, we don't have anything exciting going on here. Let's, I kind of wonder if it's worth trying to, let's see what we can do with this at least. Go back to full screen. Yeah, so you're saying we can expect developer duck for Vision OS pretty soon? That would actually be pretty fun, I think. Because if you... Well, it depends on if, well, like, what Apple's... like, what Apple's story is around whether or not there's going to be any Xcode for Vision OS ever. I don't know if anybody follows the iOS Dev Weekly newsletter, but if you don't, you should. He had a whole thing about like Xcode, or sorry, Vision OS might be the first like iOS derived system where actually it kind of makes sense to have Xcode on this version. Because otherwise you're going to be limited to, if you're using Xcode inside Vision OS, you've just got the like Mac window that you can share. And that's kind of lame. You won't be able to like scale everything, etc., etc. So you have multiple windows all around you with Xcode. I think it'd be pretty cool for them to put Xcode there. And if they do put Xcode there, it would be really nice to have developer duck just like up in the corner, and it's like whenever I need to ask a question, just look over there and be like, hey, developer duck, how do I do this thing? I think that would be pretty cool. If Apple doesn't do Xcode on Vision OS, maybe it's not as useful, but I kind of hope they do. So yeah, let's see what we got here. So I don't know anything about doing Vision OS stuff in UIKit, so maybe this was a bad first project to take. Be awesome interaction, just look and talk and get answers. Yeah. So as we found out the other day, you can't access the microphone yet, but I'm hoping that like just text input stuff, that there would be like a text input version of it, where you look over there and it like gets text focus, and then you're able to just talk into it, and then that's all system level stuff, and you don't have to implement your own speech recognition. But we found out that implementing your own speech recognition is not currently possible. All right, so how are we going to do this? We've got a scene view controller. I assume we have a scene view somewhere. I don't know where it is. We embed a navigation controller. You thought text focus would give STT for free? Yeah. I think that would be... that makes sense to me, that would just be a thing in the system. Because then you could treat it like an actual rubber duck, where you start like explaining things to it. You're like, I'm having trouble with this. Maybe that can be V1 of developer duck for Vision OS, is it's literally just a 3D model of a rubber duck that you talk to, and it doesn't do anything back. There's no GPT integration or anything. It's just a 3D model of a rubber duck that you talk to. What is going on here? Why is this being so slow? And I know the answer is because I've got the simulator up and running, but it's still a bummer. Init with navigation bar class. Photos view controller is a main app photos view controller. So what are we doing here? Why is this class and it's not in its own file? This is the first time I've worked on this app in like 3 years. I still use this app like daily. But I haven't felt the need to extend it at all. Why is this? Cannot find type photos view controller in scope, and yet it was totally fine over here. Photos view controller does exist in photo data. What does this app do? Literally, it is just, well, so this is the other problem, is that I'm playing with it as like an app that you launch, which I almost never do. It's primarily a messages app that lets you quickly view your photo library, and you click it and it just compresses the image, shrinks it, compresses it. And I use this app because my parents have absolutely god-awful, horrible cell service at their house. And if I'm like on the phone and I want to text them something or send them an image or whatnot, I'll be like talking to them and it's like, oh, hey, you know, like look at this cute picture of my cats. And I'll send it to them and they'll be like, okay, 5 minutes later, yep, it's still loading. It's still loading. It's still loading. And so I built this app to basically just have a quick and easy input to the messages app to say like, oh, send them this image, and it shrinks it and it sends it over, and it's like good enough quality that you can still tell what's going on, especially from photos, but it sends significantly faster. And so like you can see here that when I hover over this, it's getting slightly less blurry. I don't know if that's even coming across in over Twitch. Let me try zooming in a little bit more. But like if I interact with this, it gets slightly sharper. But yeah. Yeah, no, iCloud doesn't assume that people have bad internet. That's just a thing that, you know, it just sends whatever quality it wants to send. But yeah, I use this all the time for sending to my parents. Like just, here's a slightly blurrier version of what I'm trying to show you. And it works great. And you can, if you go into the actual app, you can save or you can use the share sheet. But really the real trick is that it's also an iMessages app. And do they even have iMessage in here? No. Yeah. So no iMessage app for Vision OS, at least not the Vision Simulator. But yeah, that's what this app is. And I'm kind of just, it's my simplest app, and so I wanted it to be like I figured this was a useful way that we could figure out porting. But I'm now realizing that might not be the best idea because this is all UI kit, and maybe I should go to one of my apps that's got more Swift UI. But we'll find out. This is definitely good. I need to get to SwiftUI, or I need to get working with UIKit first, because if I don't do anything with UIKit, then I'm never going to be able to port any of my bigger apps. So Kineo or Black Highlighter, those are still mostly UIKit. So I kind of want to try to figure this out, but if I struggle with this a little bit too much, then I'm going to go over to the Tap List app, which is entirely SwiftUI, and we'll start there, figure out what that needs to do. And then we'll come back over here to UIKit. But yeah, we got that moved over. What do we have going on in here? Photos, main app Photos View Controller inherits from Photos View Controller. I don't know what all is it doing. This is just setting up a bar button item, or sorry, a navigation bar. That's fine, because I think we reuse Photos View Controller in the Messages app. So this isn't doing anything exciting. This one probably is. So this is doing requesting photo permissions. Where's the actual view? Collection view. This photos collection view. Okay. Actually, you know what? We haven't even tried yet. I'm kind of dumb. Why don't we just try adding the Apple Vision framework and see if that builds? Let's see what we get just for free by doing that. Why does this have a little... Will be superseded by a native Apple Vision app on the App Store. Okay, that's fine. Okay, no such module photo data. Why not? What happens if we just build photo data? Maybe there's some kind of thing. Cannot convert return expression of type main app photos. Okay, well, did that? Okay, did that succeed or not? Build succeeded. Okay, let's go back over to here now. No such module photo data. Why? Need to build faces. Oh, you know what I need to probably do? I probably need to add Vision OS to here. Yes. Okay, now let's try it. Better. Okay. UI screen is unavailable in Vision OS. Fair enough. Target size is bound size times UI screen main screen scale. We don't need that anymore because we can say... There's something about the view scale, right? Window scale? No, window screen. Content scale factor. Cool. Scale factor applied to the view. Yeah, no, that seems fine. Set needs status bar appearance update. I think I'm just going to surround this in an if. Do I need if unavailable XROS? Star? No, if unavailable XROS. Version number. Okay. XROS star. XROS 1.0. Trait collection holds the scale of the device screen. Yeah, let's go back to content scale factor. Scale factor determines how content in the view is mapped from the logical coordinate space to the device coordinate space. Is the scale factor associated with the screen currently displaying the view? That sounds fine to me. Let's look at trait collection though, because that's a good idea. UI trait collection, display scale. Yeah, that would also work. Maybe that's more what we want. Let's take a look at that. So that was what? Where was that? Collection view cell? Yeah. That would also work. Yeah. That one feels better to me because like I understand trait collection. I've never seen that content scale factor before. And it seemed a lot more complicated. It's been around since iOS 4, so I feel like it should be fine. If your custom view implements a draw method and is associated with a window, your view draws at the full resolution of the screen. For system views, the value of this property may be 1.0 even on high resolution screens. Okay, maybe I do want to just say trait collection display scale. That's fine. How do I say don't do this on XROS? I guess I could just do a compiler one, right? If target, nope, not target environment. If OS, XROS, and if not. I have no idea how to do this. Vision OS? I don't think it's that. I guess it is that. Okay. Why is it XROS in some places and Vision OS in others? Who knows? Or did that change with Xcode 3? I don't know. Preferred control tint color is unavailable in Vision OS. This is for Web View Controller. Or sorry, for SF Safari View Controller. It is not visible in here at all. It's unavailable in XROS. Okay. There's no explanation for what to do instead. So I guess you just don't do that. Okay, fine. Your target is built for XROS but contains embedded content for the iOS platform, shortcuts.apex, which is not allowed, and message extension.apex, which is also not allowed. How do I tell it not to embed that on Vision OS? So we're going to go debugulator. Always used? No. Okay, here we go. So only on iOS. Only on iOS. That's easy enough to fix. It builds. It's good. I like it. Build and run. Let's see what we get. Mostly just for free. Just to get it to build on here. Okay, so it's definitely a lot bigger. I don't like how big these are. But the rest of this doesn't look too bad. That box seems huge. I don't know if that's intentional on Vision OS, that like you need to be able to see things, so let's make it gigantic. But other than that, that's not too bad. Clicking that did nothing. Cool. Love that. Clicking anything does absolutely nothing. That seems like a problem. I don't see anything in here that really seems important for us. There's nothing that's like, oh, you've done something totally wrong, you horrible person. It just doesn't work. I'm gonna kill it and rerun it. I've seen enough weird things with the simulator that I'm like, I'm not really ready to jump to the conclusions that this just doesn't work, but it almost seems like... Okay, so that worked. And the plus button kind of works. It's really just this question mark button seems to then break anything else. Okay, so we've got a problem there. This looks so tiny on here. I don't know if this is supposed to look smaller. No, it's just kind of floating there. Whoa, okay. Didn't know I could do this. Just like hover over the thing and use it. That seems way more useful than what I've been doing. So I can just click that and then I can click on these. That's way easier than what I've been doing. Okay, but these exist now. So I can do that. I can do that. I don't like how blurry this gets up at the top, but that's fine. Back button works. These buttons look ugly as heck. And this doesn't work at all. Okay, so let's try figuring out why that other button doesn't work at all. Let's start there. Where would that be? So we've got our main app photos view controller here. We set up a right bar button item. It has a target of nil. That seems like that might be part of the problem. Well, no, because that can't be part of the problem, because if it were part of the problem, then it wouldn't break everything else. Because it's got to be doing something. So, scene view controller show help. And also, like, if that were part of the problem, then our left bar button item wouldn't work at all either. And that totally does work. So something's got to be going on here. What was our other one? Scene view controller show photo picker? Is there something different that we're doing between these two? They both seem to just be calling present. This one has a completion nil, which, I mean, I hope that's not the problem. Okay, what do we got going on here? Let's try running show photo picker, because we know that one works. So this just creates a view controller and presents it, right? So far, so good. Okay. Let's try the other button. It does call this method. It says guard presented view controller equals nil else return. So let's make sure it gets past that. It does. We create a settings navigation controller. And then we try presenting that. Here, let's actually clear this out before we do the thing that looks dangerous. Okay, so nothing happened here. Why? So my first concern is maybe something did happen here and it's just 0 pixels tall. So why don't we get out the view debugger? Is that not the view debugger? Do we not have a view debugger? We might not have a view debugger. I mean, kind of that makes sense, but also it's kind of a bummer. Because now I have no idea of... I don't know what any of that means. Origin, because that doesn't do anything. Bounds? Okay, we're gonna... No, we're still running, so okay. I'm gonna try clicking this button again. No, that was the wrong button to click. I'm gonna try clicking this button again. Neither of those do anything. Okay. I feel like there's something wrong with this. So we create a settings navigation controller that contains a settings view controller, which I bet contains a settings view, settings table view. Let's see what happens if we give this not a frame of 0, like CG rect origin 0 size, CG size 200, 200. Does that present something? Also no. I don't know what to do. Well, that's cool. That seems like the most useful one, is that collision shapes. Let's leave that on. But yeah, I don't see anything in here. We don't seem to have any windows or anything. So what's going wrong? Preferred content size on the presentation controller? Is that a thing on... Where even is my settings table view? Okay. So we're going to say on... Something like that. Preferred content size is immutable. I thought that was something that we could set. You can definitely set it on a UI view controller. What was the other one? UI content container. This is only gettable on here. So what happens if I just say, just before presenting the VC, there's a way to configure its preferred popover size. Well, this shouldn't be a popover. But I know what you're saying. Settings, navigation controller dot popover, presentation controller dot preferred content size. Yeah, I can't assign to that property either. But what if I just try setting it on the settings navigation controller itself? Okay, I probably don't need this. Hey, Compile Swift. We're trying to figure out why my app only kind of works. And we're not succeeding. How are you doing? So what we have figured out, is that we can get the app to run in VisionOS. Clicking this, which is just a standard, I believe. Yeah, vision in the microphone. I need to file a feedback. I haven't done that yet. Yeah, but doing this, which I think is just a standard push effect. That works. Doing this one, which is a presentation, a modal presentation with a system view controller, works. Doing this one, which presents with our custom view controller, doesn't do anything. This is not the IRL black highlighter. This is the IRL devigulator. That's what this is. So I kind of want to try simplifying what we're doing here. I kind of want to try, what if we do this? Let's comment everything out. And we're going to say, actually, let's even comment this out. We're going to say, let view controller equals. Yeah, see, I don't think you're going to be able to redact people, because the one thing that we know we can't do, we really can't do, is access the camera. So I don't think we're going to be able to do that. It seemed like accessing the microphone was something we are supposed to be able to do, but we just can't do yet. So I think we're good. We're gonna be good, I'm hoping. But anyway, we're gonna try. We're trying to fix up Devigulator, and then move on to the bigger apps like Kineo and Black Highlighter. But yeah, let view controller. Let's just create a new UI view controller. Just completely empty UI view controller. Don't know if that's gonna work. We'll find out. View controller dot view dot background color equals system red. Present view controller animated trim. Let's see if even that works, because then that would at least indicate that we are screwing something up in our more complicated view controller. Well, it definitely presented something. That doesn't look red to me, but it did present something. We also have no way of dismissing it, which is even better. But it did work. So what do we have to do? Okay, what are we doing wrong here at least? Let's can we set view? We should be able to set view, right? What happens if we just do that? That also works. Okay, so we're doing something wrong otherwise. What happens if instead of settings navigation controller, we just say settings view controller? We try presenting that. That did not work. Okay. So we definitely have a problem in settings view controller. What happens if we say settings navigation controller, but we tell settings navigation controller to use just a UI view controller? That also works. Okay. So our problem is definitely somewhere in settings view controller. Let's delete everything that we've got here. Let's bring back all of this basically. Because this is what it was originally, I think. Well, I guess we could literally just discard all the changes and get it back to what we know was original. So if we do that, that's fine. Okay. So there's something in settings view controller that is the problem. So I guess where we start is we start with settings view controller. We've got a table view here. What happens if we just get rid of load view? Seeing how far we can like judge that this is a problem. Okay, so it's definitely something in the table view. What if we get rid of all of these and just say it's a settings table view? That still works. Interesting. There are no tables in the future virtual world. I'm just going to keep commenting things out until we get something working. Okay, so table view or it's either table view data source or table view delegate is the one that's wrong. It's not delegate. It's got to be data source. Yep, it's data source. Setting the data source breaks it. Okay. Why? Let's go look at our data source. Who needs data? Who needs that? Okay. I'm just going to comment out all the important ones. And let's say return one section, return one row. Actually, you know what? Let's just start with 0. Return just a UI table view cell. VisionOS fully supports the old ways of UIKit. Fully? No. Mostly? Yeah. It does not like storyboards. If you've got storyboards, it's like, can't have them. Apparently they do kind of sort of work, but it's angry at you if you have storyboards. We found a couple other things that don't quite work. Status bar stuff, because there is no status bar. You have to surround in, if not VisionOS blocks. Other than that, yeah, most of what I've found has basically just worked. Until this, obviously. So anyway, yeah, we did rerun this. You're not going back to storyboards, so that's a win. Yeah. And now you have an excuse not to use storyboards. Okay, so that works. What happens if we just do this? I don't know. Mommy told you not to talk to storyboards. Storyboards, more like boring boards. How are you doing, Nutterfy? Welcome, welcome. I am bummed that I have not been able to make it to your stream in a while. Oh, hey, there we go. There's one. Okay, so this is broken. Return 0. Content provider number of sections is broken for some reason. Why? Yeah. You know, I really need to make it to your stream, but like I keep forgetting when you're online and then like being busy with stuff. Okay, now that's bizarre. Even just calling content provider number of section causes us to break, even if we still are returning 0. Why? So just straight up calling this method. Is problematic. Okay, calling content provider is not problematic. Is it throwing an obj exception? I would have thought that it would have crashed if that were the case, but let's add a breakpoint. Let's add exception breakpoints. Yeah, let's try that. That caught you before? Okay. It did dump out the thing. But yeah, let's just bring this back. It didn't stop at the C, Objective C breakpoint. So it doesn't seem to be that. But yeah, calling that method just causes a problem. Okay, so let's go into that method. Return sections.count. Well, what is sections? Sections is this. What if we comment this out and return empty array? So that works. Okay. We're going to keep like going further and further down the rabbit hole. So if we bring all of these back, does that now work? How far can we go? Okay, so that's working. Okay, so let's bring back sections and bring back... No, hey, we're pretty far down. We know where we're going. So creating that array is not a problem. Okay, so it's not anything in there, or it's something in here. So let's do this one section at a time. About section, are you a problem? No. Settings section, are you a problem? No. Other apps section, are you a problem? No. Social section, are you a problem? Somehow also, what? Okay, now what's going on? Oh, here, I'm dumb. I left this return in here. Dupe. Cocoa type, are you a problem? I seem to currently be the problem, yes. Okay, we're going to comment. We're going to bring these back. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. Let's try this again. About section. Here, let's binary search it. Is it one of these two? It is one of those two. Is it about? No, about works just fine. So that means it's got to be settings. It is settings. Okay. So what's up with settings section? What's the deal with settings section? If shortcuts permission requester is authorized, items append. So this has to do with shortcuts, which we almost certainly don't have in this app. Here, let's bring all of these back. Boop, boop, boop. Perfect. Okay. So it's something in this shortcuts permissions requester, which is requesting Siri authorization and then never happening, never coming back. IN preferences Siri authorization status. Shortcuts are probably not supported on Vision OS. That's probably the entire problem. Well, I mean, there is. Look, it's right here. Compatible apps, shortcuts. It's right here. So it's not supported. So IN preferences Siri authorization status seems to be the problem. What happens if we just return dot not determined? Yeah, there's enable shortcut support. And what happens if we return? Yeah, let's like just call into this. Let result equals return result. My guess is we never get to the return result. So let's set a breakpoint there and a breakpoint there. Question mark? Okay, so we ask it for the result. Let's trash all of this. Yeah, that just never returns on Vision OS, apparently. Oh, no, it does, just very slowly. Hang on. Let's come back here. And it did say denied. But then it asks again. And then eventually comes back to 9. So it's just very slow. And then probably asks again, yeah. I don't know why it's asking so many times. But yeah, that seems to be the problem. So we're going to just say if OS, Vision OS, and if. Actually, let's put that wrap around the whole section existing. So yeah, we're going to discard this change. Can we put it here? If OS, Vision OS, and if. I don't think this is going to work. Yeah, no. I think we can do that in result builders, but not here. I shouldn't need this as settings content section, should I? Or does it decide that that's type any? Yeah, that's type any. Okay, fair enough. Build again. Yeah, so there. Now it just works. Let's open other apps by Kenio. Opens in Safari. Perfect. Let's check out Twitch. I think this guy's streaming right now. Can we go? Oh crap! I gotta Catch Coca Type after this ad break. We gotta watch an Oppenheimer ad first. Let's put that over here. Let's privacy policy. Oh no, did that close my Twitch? It's just in a different tab. Okay, we're fine. Phew. Hey, Oppenheimer, you are taking way too long to explain yourself. I paid $3,500 to watch Coca Type in the virtual. Here we go. Okay. Cool. I'm not logged in on this, so I can't chat. But hey, if I could, it'd be great. But yeah, no, I mean all of this is working. What happened to my other window? What was that? Where'd my other window go? Is it just gone now? Ship it a year from now, yeah. But I think that was basically everything, right? Oh, we wanted to look at some of the design stuff. Let's do that in a minute. What is going on? Why is there like a... Does anybody else see this? It's like almost burned in version of the home screen. Cheapo hardware. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Here you go. Okay, so this is back. Yeah, there we go. What's new in version 20.3, which released in 2021? This is the last time that I used this app. Yeah, and now it seems to have lost this button again. I don't know how to get back to what I was doing. Where even is this app? It doesn't show up in the list at all. Oh, this is the big item right here. Okay. I don't know how to get back to it though now. Oh well. In-app purchase to use it anytime, every time we see what you did there. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, I mean, other than that, this mostly seems to be working. These buttons could be less ugly. But it does seem to be kind of just working. How would we do buttons? Let's look into these buttons. So that's going to be in... Where's that going to be? Let's go look at our delegate. Settings, table view, data source. Yeah, right here. Did select row, content provider, perform selected action. Wait, no, this is settings. Please let there be an on blink event. Photos collection view. That's got to have a data source, right? It does have a data source. It doesn't have a delegate necessarily. Photos view controller delegate. Let's try that. Did fetch image data. Open photo at URL. Photo compressor, compressed data. Did fetch image data. Original data. Blah, blah, blah. Goat screams into chat. Hey there, Mono. How are you doing? So we say did fetch image data, which does what? Pushes view controller, preview view controller. So let's get that. Preview actions view controller. Yeah, let's go here. That's view equals actions view. This should not exist. That's not a thing that you do. Oh, hey, how are you doing? Preview actions view. Here we go. So we give it a blur effect. We did that on purpose. We have a save button and a share button. A voice from the future. Preview save action button. Just woke up. Nice. You gotta start your day with the Coca Type stream. That's how this works, right? Apparently it's Saturday evening. Nice. Saturday product manager. Okay, so what do we do? Like, what happens if we just don't set a background color on this? You blame Coca Type's kids. Why would you blame my kids? They're sweet, innocent children. Oh, that looks terrible. I was gonna try to say init with type, button type, but that itself is a convenience initializer. Oh, hey, I bet if I get rid of this, then maybe that'll work. There we go. Self.init. Oh, this is gonna be gross. Hold on. That's not going to work because that's just going to be an infinite loop, right? Self.init. And I can't have a designated initializer that calls into the convenience initializer. Also, there's a XROS specific system button. Which is not a convenience initializer, interestingly enough. Okay, so what happens if we do... No, it's not a convenience initializer because it's not an initializer at all. I blame the map of Australia with US states. It's too real. So there's no way for me to implement this with a given type. Can't super.init? I can't super.init with type is the problem. Because the only designated initializer is init with frame. Or init with coder. Oh wait, there's init with configuration, which is itself a convenience initializer. Crap. Or are you saying I can't super.init over here? I don't think I can. Yeah, no. Must delegate to a with self-init rather than chaining to a superclass initializer with super-init. And I don't think that I can make this a designated initializer because its parent is not a designated initializer. Yeah, because the only designated initializer of UI button is init with frame. And if I do that, then I have to have a custom button type, I think. If I recall correctly. Because yeah, I can't set the button type. You can create a static func on here, but that's not what I want at all. I can super init with frame, but I can't do anything like that. Button with type calls your subclasses init with frame and sets the type appropriately. But that's not really what I want. I mean, it could work. The answers is all answers are is to swizzle. Definitely don't want to do that. I mean, I wish I could just make it. It would be one thing if I could just do this. Like, if I make this a convenience initializer, and then I could call out to the other convenience initializer. Wait, why did that work? Okay, that didn't work. Okay, good. I thought I was going crazy for a second. Because convenience initializer. Because if I could do this, then that'd be great. But what this is going to do is it's going to call itself, and it's going to have an infinite loop. Pretty sure. I'm going to double check that. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be like, oh yeah, self.init, that's this very method. Never going to work. That's not what I want to do. Yeah, I clicked that and it's running forever. It's probably going to blow the stack at some point. And be like, why did you do this? Or maybe it's just going to run forever. I'm going to hit pause and see what happens. Because yeah, that never did do anything. I hit pause and it's not even pausing. It's not using that much CPU for just being endlessly calling the same method over and over again. Okay, we're just going to kill it. Oh, it did finally show up and it saw it for half a second. It was like, oh yeah, it's totally doing that thing. So we'll go back to here. We'll go back to here. Go back to here. Is there a way to get it to have the right configuration? I guess I can just set configuration, right? Oh, maybe this is actually just what I want. I just call super init and then I set the configuration. That's probably going to complain because of like, well, no, I shouldn't complain of anything else. Super.init, do this, sure. Configuration equals configuration dot plain. I don't know. No, not for a button with a transparent background. Let's try bordered. Do you use environment objects much in SwiftUI, and what do you primarily use them for? No, I don't use environment objects very much. I use environment fairly often. But I don't use environment object very much. Mostly because I don't use objects very much. Okay, that could look worse. That could definitely look worse. What if I don't set the title color? I mean, that looks not too bad. That looks actually pretty good. Yeah, at environment I use pretty often. Oh, I didn't like that. UI popover presentation controller should have... It shouldn't have a popover presentation controller. Why is it a popover? That doesn't make any sense. This is Vision OS, not iPad OS. Yeah, no, I use environment pretty often for... well, let's go look. I know I definitely use it a lot in tickets, which is no longer even in this list. I use it a lot in tickets for like sharing the current server that you're connected to. I wouldn't really use it for navigation. I mean, I see environment as being kind of like a built-in dependency injection system. I know it's probably not really supposed to be used for that, but They never said I couldn't do it. Oh yeah, I use this here to share my like tokens so that I always have access to those. Yeah, the server, the actual server that I'm connected to, so that I can like make requests to that server. Yeah, start loading board from server. Stuff like that. That's the main thing that I use it for. And then obviously you have the built-in environment stuff like dismiss. So you can dismiss a view. I consider that kind of separate, but it's also not that separate. I don't know. Now I kind of want to look at what this looks like in, because this is a Mac app. You're mainly doing MVM repository things, so you're yet to write one? Yeah. I mean, but you could set like your repository as an environment. And then that way you could pass in different repositories for like test and stuff. I don't know if I'm doing something scary by clicking this button. I kind of want to see what happens. Do we need a Jira client in No, it's not effectively a singleton. So yeah, no, it's a lot more like a dependency injection thing where you can set a value at a certain level and kind of say everything that is inside this scope has access to this object. So you can provide things down a scope basically. So you're like, you know, for example, in my app, I have like the server stuff and it's like, okay, if I've got two windows open, this one has this server and this one has that server. And then all of my views, you don't need to pass that server data down everywhere. You can just say, you know, this window has this server, this window has this server. And you just say like at the root view, like, hey, ask the server, whatever server I am for, you know, the latest set of tickets, for example. And then that is able to get that information, and yet you're not having to pass it all the way down. Sorry, that made no sense the way that I described it. It's basically saying, I want to provide a value for some scope, and you can provide different values for different instances of that scope. And that was what I was talking about with the separate windows, is like, all of the child views don't need to have a direct access to this thing that you've provided at the top level. So you don't need to pass it down. It's just kind of available to them. But you don't have the downsides of a singleton where it's like, oh, you can't create new versions of it for test. You can't replace it. You can't do anything like that. You're able to do all of that by setting a different environment object at a different scope. Did that make sense? I hope that one made a lot more sense than the first time that I tried to describe it. No such module async algorithms. So I need to go and I need to like build all of these. Do Apple Vision. Do that. Oh, but this is probably fetching from... Oh no, I guess it's not. Interesting. I kind of just want to see if this will even build, because this is a full Swift UI app. No such module async algorithms. I mean, fair, but I don't know where that would have ever come from. Because that's a package, and yet we don't have this in here. Let's see what happens. Where was that? Maybe it was in Atlassian. Just try that. Yeah, it was in Atlassian. Value of type authorization fetcher has no member open auth URL. Why is this just not build? Oh, if can import appkit. Whoops. Okay. Else. Is it else if? Yeah. Can import. Well, we don't want it to be can import, do we? I guess UIKit. I don't know. Sure. AppKit is not available when building for visionOS Simulator. Yeah, no, fair enough. What are we doing with AppKit here? Nothing. NS image here. Okay, so that's an important one. Why is that an NS image and not just an image? That seems silly. I don't know why I'm bothering with this. I've done absolutely no building of this. Okay, this is completely broken. I'm not even going to try this. Okay, revert all the changes. We're not going to try building this app for visionOS. I mean, as cool as it would be to have a, oh man, like a Kanban board in visionOS, doing your Jira tickets by just like waving your arms around, that'd be sweet. Should I build tickets for visionOS? Run a poll in the chat. Somebody's got mod access. Run a poll. Should I finish tickets for macOS first? That seems like a bigger deal. So share sheet wants a popover. That's really weird. Sorry, we're going back to Divigulator now. Preview save action button. Preview view controller save image. So we just say present alert animated true. But you're saying in a pop or in here if can I just say alert? No, hold on. What am I? Alert dot popover presentation controller dot source view equals sender. Oh, we don't have sender. That would help. Let's see if that works. That still didn't work. What? Hello. Happy 7th of July to you too, KNH. Where's our actual exception? Oh, here we go. Should have a non-nil UI popover presentation controller. Did I click the wrong thing? No, I didn't. UI popover presentation controller should have a non-nil source view or bar button item set before the presentation occurs. Is that not true? Still letting off fireworks, yeah. Oh wait, no, I don't want save. Well, that's probably the problem. Is that this isn't what I want. That was dumb. Okay, we're getting rid of all of this. Delete, delete, delete. Okay, we're good. We need our share action button. Share image. This makes way more sense. Share image, sender. UI view. Activity view controller dot popover presentation controller dot source view equals sender. Do you all do 5th of November too? No. We love royalty too much in the US. Okay, I mean, I guess that works. That looks kind of ugly, but okay, whatever. We'll save this to reminders. New Zealand loves a good Guy Fawkes, yeah. I'm sure they're, you know, we're a bunch of nerds that did it after V for Vendetta came out, which really just introduced the US to Guy Fawkes Day. Nobody knew what that was before that movie. I mean, it was a good movie. Just some people took it way too seriously. Or not seriously enough. Some people reacted to it poorly. Let's go with that. I mean, I think this is working. There we go. There's our Vision OS. One or the other, yeah. There's Vision OS Debiggulator. It's done. We fixed it. We did it, Reddit. And now you can debigulate in a museum. All right. I mean, so I think we learned a lot about UIKit and Vision OS. I think, yeah. I wish there was a way to fix the aspect ratio of this. Does anybody know if that's a thing? If I can just say like, oh, just make it the aspect ratio of the image. That would be way cooler. Because what would be really neat, now I'm imagining things. For Kineo, if we could have literally just the canvas, that's the only window, and then everything else is those little ornaments. Like you could have the toolbar as like an ornament on here, and then all you're doing is like drawing on this. That would be freaking amazing. I kind of want to do that. I don't know how many people are going to use Kineo on Vision OS, but that would be pretty sweet. Because, like, look at how Freeform works. So, let's go open to that. So we drew a big board. Okay. Yeah, like this toolbar down here. If you just have the toolbar like that, and then you click this button, look at that, look at that. You just click that, and it goes, and here's your drawing things. And you draw that. Like, if you could do that. Oh, what's that? That is not what I expected. Sony's lawyer should have used black highlighter. I feel like Sony's lawyers should have just not said some of the stuff that they said. Or Sony's employees. But like, look at this. Like, you just have the canvas here, and you got all your tools down here. That would be freaking amazing. Look at this. I honestly kind of feel like Kineo is probably my app most suited to... Oh, look at that. Look at that. That would be so cool. No, I didn't see that part. It doesn't surprise me, though. By poor redactions. See, now that is one reason why Black Highlighter does not do PDFs, is because I've seen so many things of like people badly redacting PDFs. Yeah, I'll click that link. Hold on 1 second. Oh, wow. Okay. That is not normally what I see. So yeah, this Black Highlighter totally would have taken care of this. That's amazing. Yeah, Black Highlighter would have fixed this. So what I've seen way more times is like people try to redact PDFs by literally just drawing like a black box over it. And then people are able to open it up in like Adobe Acrobat and just select the black box and delete it. But no, this is amazing. That's awesome. That's too good. All right, well. Yeah, no, Black Highlighter would have fixed that one. Oh, what am I doing here? This is not what I want. Get out of here. So yeah, maybe we do need Black Highlighter for Vision OS. Well, maybe we just need to send Black Highlighter to the Sony lawyers. See, now if I were better at social media, I totally would have taken advantage of that. Because do I even have a Black Highlighter? I had a Black Highlighter Twitter account at one point. I think this was it. Yeah. And I haven't tweeted since a year ago. I need to fix these things. I need to... Yeah, can I get all my apps on Threads now? Can I create Threads accounts for all my apps? I think Kineo has an Instagram account I've never used. I know Kineo has a TikTok account. See, I'm looking at my accounts. CocoType has an Instagram account. I don't think... Yeah, I don't know what else I have. Don't go steal my Instagram names. This is what I want to know. Don't do that. Yeah, I don't know what else. I think it's a little too late in the stream to start an entirely new app. Actually, you know what? I want to try the bar app. Let's try the bar app. Redacted. Because I think this one, because it's all Swift UI. So this one might actually be just like pretty good. Let's try it out. Apple Vision. Let's see what we get with this. Do I need anything else? No. I just added it to the iOS app. Okay, cool. Chuck's iOS. Apple Vision Pro. Let's see what this looks like. I mean, that basically just works. That's done. Okay, I gotta... How do I close this app? Yeah, I mean, that's just there. That's amazing. Yeah, look at that. That's just done. And you can actually see it doing stuff outside. Look at that. No, I can't. That doesn't actually work. That's amazing. Okay, how do I change the environment? That's not it. That's really not it. Especially since now I'm stuck. Didn't do anything. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Let's do this in the kitchen. Let's bring our home screen back. No. This is amazing. Okay. I don't know why the scrolling is so bad, but it is. Oh god, that wasn't... Yeah. Is there a way to simulate the controls for Vision OS? I wonder how different it will be without mouse. Yeah, that would be a lot, pretty nice now. I saw somebody talking today about it being possible for you to hook up a like an Xbox controller, and maybe that makes it a little bit easier to navigate, but that's still not, you know, like getting to experience what it's really like. I like how this fades into there. Yeah, see, the problem is I can't quite figure out what the difference is between, like, bringing it... Like, I can't figure out how to bring it closer to me. Versus, like... If I put it over here, it just moves all the way back. I guess it just goes wherever I need it. Like, wherever the next surface... No, because that's really not what it's doing. But that is basically what I want. Can I give it... What do you do to get... App needs more jump scares. How do you do an app icon correctly on here? Because what's even better is their app actually is like a... Or sorry, their logo is actually like a circle. How do I create a Vision OS app icon? iOS, watchOS, macOS. They are circle app icons, yeah. Vision OS app icon. Front, middle, and back. You should trademark looking at a tablet screen with an app on it and then it magically transfers to a headset space. That would be cool. I think that has to be a patent, not a trademark, but yes. Okay, so if I got this, hold on. Where's the Chuck's app? iOS app icon. Well, I mean, there's the Android icon right there. That's already a circle. Look at that. Why don't we just go open that one? Android icon. Couldn't be bothered to edit. Okay, so let's take this. Let's just export this at 1024. That didn't come from Midjourney, no. This came from the bar that this is an app for. Export selected. Let's just save this to the desktop. I think it's just gonna be called artboard. Make a crappy face with artichoke. Artichoke? Artichokes? These aren't artichokes. It is hops, yes. Correct. How do I actually add an image here? Here we go. Desktop. Hops is just nature's artichokes. Oh, that's kind of cool. Look at that. Now, what would be really cool is if I could break this up. Do I have that well enough in hand? I don't think I do. Yeah, because I've got the circle. And then I've got just the logo. So if I could break this up so that this, the head was just on its own. Can you do that in Sketch? Just like a, no, but what I could do, here we go. Here's what we're going to do. We need acorn here. Open an image. Open auto trace and affinity designer. I mean, that's gonna get us close, but sorry, that would probably be better, but this will get us close. So let's do instant alpha. Let's get rid of that. Boom. Not using Figma? No, Figma sucks. Figma doesn't actually suck, but I like Sketch. Can I just get a big eraser? Maybe a better idea. No, I like Sketch, so it's what I use. I've used it for so long that learning something else is hard. I don't want to do it. Of course, I'm saying that, and Acorn is currently not letting me use an eraser, so see how well that works. I just do the lasso select. I mean, Adobe hasn't actually finished buying Figma yet. That is a thing that has not happened yet. So they got to deal with the FTC. Oh god, I'm doing a terrible job of this. Hey, this would be a lot easier if I could just use an eraser. There we go. So here's the face. So we're going to call this... Here, where's a new folder? We're going to say Chuck's icon. Chuck's vision. Face. Okay, so we've got our face. So then I think what we need is the circle. Okay, here, let's make a brand new sketch thing. New, come on, new. Okay, you know what? We probably shouldn't have closed the other one. We probably did still need that. Well, you need at least two apps because you need a vector one and you need a bitmap one. And Figma is not a bitmap editor. And so, yeah, I use Sketch and Acorn, which normally works just great. I don't know what's, maybe I don't have updates. No, nope, I definitely have updates, so I don't know what's wrong there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened there. All right, let's add Povo. I have no idea what that means. I don't know. Is that some kind of Australianism? Wait, why is that 256? That's not what I want. That's from the dude using Kotlin for everything everywhere. Why is this at 256? Povo poverty poor. Also, I took a chunk out of his chin. Hold on. We gotta go back and redo this. You know what I should have done is this, where I just select it and then I do the inverse select. That would have been way easier. Delete. Okay, so I gotta remind me in Discord later to send you this meme that I found the other day. It was great. Just remember. Where's Chuck's face? Here we go. Here's Chuck's face. Why is this a 256 by 256? That doesn't make any sense. Couldn't you have magic selected the point? Yes, I also could have done that. Shut up. I know how to use my tools. Yeah, I totally could have done that. Is this image not 1024 by 1024? I don't understand what's going on here. It is. So why was Sketch importing it at 256? I don't know. Let's open up the Android one. We're going to copy everything out of here. Now we know why he uses Midjourney. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so we got that. Let's bring the face back up front. Okay, perfect. Face is good. So now what we need is we've got our oval. Let's hide this. See, now that oval is not big enough. Make me an icon, some pie, and a cold beer. Okay, so we need... I mean, we basically need this oval to be just filled with black. We don't need a border at all. This should just be filled with black. There we go. And then if we bring this back, it sucks. It doesn't work. It's fine. What we need is another circle. This song is terrible. I'm just kidding. Sorry. It's like if he changed his name to Christian. So we have made fun, or nah, I'm not going to go into that conversation. You're just going to have to imagine how that conversation ends. How come I can't get this box? There we go. So this is our middle. This is our back. Get rid of that. And then we can bring this back. Look at that. There we go. Can we ungroup these? Yeah, there we go. So we have face, middle, and back. And then I think we can export each of these separately. We've already got face. So we just need middle. Let's take this whole artboard. Perfect. Okay, so this is going to be middle. Where's our Chuck's vision? Middle. And then we hide this, and then we get the back. Back. Okay, so now we should be able to go into here. So we delete the front here. We get... Oh, you know what I did that was dumb? Hold on. This should just be a plain black rectangle. Actually, is what this should be. Okay, now we should be good. So front, middle, back. Which it looks like it was just plain black anyway, but hey, now it's a thing. I don't know that that looks any different from the one that we did that wasn't 3 layers. But hey, you know what? It's fine. Okay, so now we should be able to build this, right? And it should have an icon now. There we go. Look at that. It doesn't really look like anything special, but it's an app. It's an app that has an app icon. All right, cool. Is Xcode using a certain nutter shapes lib to render that? Probably not. I mean, that'd be cool. It's an app that is special as it runs on a platform that hasn't shipped yet. Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to send this to these guys and let them see if they give me free beer. What is... Oh, this is just printing out a bunch of text. Never mind. That's my actual app. I was like, what's going on over here? Looks for hidden Salinon. All right. I think that's going to be it for me tonight. Thank you all for watching. Hey, everybody, go check out the people that have been in this chat hanging out. You got this one and also this one. And you should check them out. And then, I don't know. Tell me more things that you want to see. Should I continue working on these apps in visionOS? Should I, you know, go back and do stuff for other macOS? Should I do, I don't know. Should I build that Jira visionOS app? What should I do? Let me know what you want to see. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good evening. I will be back Monday. See ya. That's right, Kotlin. Okay, that's not available. That's not one of the options. Kotlin for visionOS? Banned. Forbidden. All right, see y'all.